Megan Levy.
You are not being sexy.
All right. Why don't you just kick off our interview for us?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was getting excited.
It's all right. Matt Mitrione. It's fighting Chet Congo this Saturday. All right, Matt, I know you opened a gym in Indianapolis, your hometown.
Yes.
But you still travel a lot. I saw you in Vegas. I know you went down to Florida. How much does that affect your training camp? And how much is that a part of you that you don't want to lose, being able to travel to all these different camps?
It doesn't. I don't feel like it negatively affects my training camp whatsoever. If anything, it benefits it. But I feel that it's a good part of me because I feel a lot of times people get very comfortable with the people they're around. And then, like you stop getting pushed because you get used to certain elements that they do and you know their ground game. And so I think some people kind of feel intimidated to go to other gyms and find out where their faults and their flaws are. And I travel a little bit, I travel quite often, and I grapple with a certain amount of people that are totally foreign to my game, so I can see where I'm doing okay and where I'm doing poorly at. I think it's good for me. Someone
that you trained with was Tyrone Spong down in Florida. How much did he improve your camp? Because he can kind of mimic Chet Congo.
Yeah, he's money, absolutely money. And there's actually another guy down there named Roy. I don't know what Roy's last name is, but he's Roy the Wolf on Twitter. He's long. He's 6'4", 6'4.5", very, very long arms. I think he's 83-inch reach, and he's a bit of a kicker. So I mean, between him and Tyrone, it was good. But Tyrone's money because he can articulate things that he sees in my game and make small patches to it, and increases my game quite a bit.
So not just a training partner, but almost a coach as well?
Yeah, for sure. And it was good. It's like I've been fortunate. I gelled very well with Pat Barry and Tyrone. And they have similar styles, but pretty different inside the same time. And they give me good feedback, but they also push me quite a bit to be like, okay, look, you're doing this here. You're about to get yoked if you do this. And we kind of bounce back and forth quite a bit, and it's been very, very good for me.
How much did Pat Barry play an influence in this camp? Because I know he was with Crow Cop a lot.
Yeah, we worked quite a bit when we were down in Houston. I'm sorry, New Orleans. New Orleans or Houston? Houston. It was in Houston. So we worked quite a bit when we were down in Houston. And I call Pat when I have an issue or I can't figure something out, or why is this block doing this, and why isn't my left landing the way it should, and Pat always gives good feedback. He has a good eye for what I'm trying to tell him, so we can picture it and be like, okay, we'll try this and try to slip this way and this way, until it works a little bit better. So Pat's pretty influential even if he's not around.
So you move around for training camps. You have great training partners, and you also work with Mike Dolce now, because we saw that picture on Twitter that you posted.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that got a lot of feedback.
Yeah, I'm pretty sexy.
Yeah, that's what everyone on Twitter said.
Sexy. I'm medium sexy.
Oh, all right, we got it. Now, how much are you going to walk into the octagon on Saturday? Do you think?
Probably like 235, 240.
How much did Dolce help you through this process?
I'm like 256, 257.
Well, yeah, you never know. You could cut like 20 pounds in the next 2 days if you want to be like the lightweight guys, right?
Yeah, I could.
See what Donald Cerrone goes through. You could mimic it.
I mean, they seem really happy when they do that, so I think that's a good idea.
Yeah. Oh God, they're just pleasures to work with, truly. Yeah. But how much does Dolce influence your life? Because a lot of guys say like once they get on the Dolce diet, they feel a lot healthier, no matter if they're cutting weight or not.
Yeah, that's very true. I've always wanted to try eating well, but I kind of felt like I always got good performance out of whatever I put in my body anyway, so if it's not broken, don't fix it. And then I kind of felt like with Czech, he's a cardio machine. He's always got good cardio. And I wanted to make sure that I could be in the right spot with my body. So called up Dolce, and for the first 7 to 10 days, I was absolutely miserable, and I was irritable and probably pretty much of a jerk. But then after that, my taste bud changed a little bit, and then it got much easier to live by that. And then it got easier, and then I got so lean that actually we had to actually kind of kick up my diet a little bit and be like, all right, look, you start eating this now, start eating this, and add a little bit more fats into it.
So you were down to the 230?
Nah, I think I got down to 248.
Oh, wow. Okay. Now, you're 5-0. If you win Saturday, you'll be 6-0. Where do you think you are with progress in your career?
I don't know. And I really don't care. I don't get paid to think about it. The more you start to focus on things like that, then kind of the more you're starting to look in the rear view versus looking in the windshield. So not too much of my business.
This is your second sport you've done as a professional. You played professional football. How do they compare, both physically and mentally?
Mentally, they're very similar mentally. Physically, they're 180 degrees. But like the competition, the preparation, the film study, the time in, all that I consider that the mental part. That's all very, very, very similar. But like I mean, you train for 6 to 8 second explosions with 45-second rest, maximal explosive power, and then resting. That's football, obviously. Then with MMA, you train for a high tempo marathon with explosive power. And so the funny thing about which one's harder on your body? I get that question quite a bit. It's the football is harder, like, holy shit, I'm so sore kind of training. But MMA is more like it's much easier to overtrain and to wear yourself out. I don't know anybody that can really overtrain in football training, but fight-wise, it's easy, very, very easy.
You've done a lot of training for Czech Congo. Do you feel like this is the right step up in competition at the right time?
Yes, I do. I think it's the right step up, the right time in my career, and I'm ready to scrap for it.
All right. Well, we're looking forward to that fight on Saturday, Matt.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Don't forget to watch Fight Day this Saturday.